Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the Bishop. It's the Tier 5 British SPG. This one's located on the north spawn of Ensk Encounter, and it's under the command of Mr. P. Now, this is not the best battlefield for most Arty, but it's actually quite a good battlefield for the Bishop, with its particular characteristics. Now, the normal reload time for this Arty is 12.37 seconds, and Mr. P's got it down to 10.42. The 4.5 inch howitzer that he's armed with is capable of pumping out a round very quickly and very accurately, but you have to let it dial in on the target, and it's only got a limited range, which means you have to get closer to the enemy if you want to hit them. It's based on the hull of a Valentine tank. It got the name of the Bishop because it looked like the Bishop's mitre. In fact, a lot of British SPGs were named after clerics or clerical figures. He's a little too close to the house in front at the moment. He's got a red line, which means he can't hit that sab. He's having to back up a little just to get a good shot. And in fact, he has been spotted now. One of the enemy tanks down there did spot where he was. The enemy Arty in this game is... oh, there, the gorilla. Just made himself known, and he's just smacked Mr. P for 65 hit points with a near miss. Now, he's probably not going to give up now unless he gets a kill, which means Mr. P is probably going to come under some pressure, but he's going to put pressure on the enemy. Fires around in the 7 Vente, gets a direct hit, 158. This howitzer will do 450 alpha, penetrating 28mm of armor, and with that fire rate it can be very deadly. But you don't get a huge amount of ammo. Nope, you only get 39 rounds of ammunition, so you have to make the best use of what you've got. In fact, Valentine tanks used to carry a little trailer around with them, and I think he's just found out where the gorilla is. Just saw the tracer. Oh, he got him! He killed him! One shot, wiped out the enemy Arty. That was probably a penetrating round as well. He's found a duck this time. He's flipping between standard overhead view and battle assistant just to get it lined up. We know the duck's still there, but he's going for the Stug now. So, one quick kill on the game. It was a good job he did kill that gorilla, because if he hadn't have killed him, then more than likely that guy would have tried to kill Mr. P at some time or other during the game. He's quickly switching between targets at the moment. He's trying to find a target that he can hit. That VK-3001H was hiding behind the building, so he couldn't get a shot there. But he's actually decided to go back to where the gorilla and the duck were spotted. And there's the duck, making a quick run. Well, as quick as a duck does. Fires a round in. Just in front of him. These things don't move very quickly, but they do have a lot of armor. And Mr. P's having to adjust his aim. Nope, he anticipated the guy would keep going forward, and he's changed course to try and get behind that building. There's the Stug, still in the same area. He's dialing in, he's on target. Fires the round in, gets a direct hit, 126. Keep racking up that damage, pumping the shells in as fast as he can. Rounds out again, and another direct hit. We didn't see how much that one was for. Gonna give it another go, see if he can get a kill shot this time. Rounds out. No kill shot, but he did get 122, and that Stug is on his last legs. One more shot should finish him off. Rounds out. And he gets him. So he's killed the Stug. That's 2 kills now. Going for the AMX, who unfortunately let a Panzer Selbstfahrerwerte 4C, the Death Toaster, get behind him. And he was toast. Okay, next enemy. Oh, well, the 7 Vente didn't last very long because he got taken out by a SAB M43. The enemy's capping, which is a bit of a mistake because it's fairly easy for Mr. P to keep blasting rounds into that cap area. Unless that Stug keeps on the move, he's in terrible trouble. And the KV-1SA is the first target to get hit. He gets smacked, and there's a reset from that. If he can get enough resets, he might actually get a defender medal. He's going for the KV-1SA again. Gets another reset. Change target. That's it. Go for another one so that you can get another reset, because otherwise they start building up the cap points on the tanks that are not hit. He gets another reset. 19 capture points this time. Keep it up. Keep pumping those rounds into the target. Fires another one in. Note they moved, and we haven't got anybody spotting them at the moment, but there are enemies in there. He's gone back to where he thinks the KV-1SA is. No, didn't get that one. We can see the enemy are now moving within the cap circle to avoid getting hit. He can only see one, but there's an enemy. He fires the round in, and another reset. 14 capture points reduced. He's going to try and hit that BT7 because he might be the one that he hasn't hit. No, he's going for the looks. Rounds out. Another big hit. Oh, and fire! And he gets the kill. And another reset. The looks was the one to go for. He hits the KV-1SA. Nope, doesn't get that one. There's only 4 enemies left, but there's only 3 left on Mr. P's team. He's pumping those rounds in as fast as he can. Gets a kill. KV-1SA's down. Another reset. My gun, if he keeps up these resets, he could end up getting another medal. I think there is a medal. The Langlade's medal, I think, which is for getting that many resets in a game or killing that many enemy tanks whilst they're in the cap area. He had to let this one dial in before he fires. Rounds out. Yes, he gets another hit, this time on the looks, and another reset by 50 capture points this time. He must have a defender medal. He's really doing well. Rounds out the looks. On the move. The guy's going to have to either sit himself behind a wreck of some kind to protect himself. He goes to the KV-1SA. Another reset. 48 capture points this time. He must have a defender medal by now. This is absolutely spectacular work by a bishop, and only a bishop or an FE304 could do this sort of job. Or a Fifi, that matter. Oh, he's just been hit by a Hetzer, and it's a big hit. 370 hit points, so he has to move, because otherwise he will be dead the next game, next shot. Now, he could take on that Hetzer, because he's only got 9 hit points left, but he's doing what he can to stay alive. He can turn now to face the enemy. He's got the house in the way. If the Hetzer tries to get him, he can whack him and take him out of the game. Lines up the shot on that corner. The Hetzer's decided to go through the building bit by bit. He's trying to knock down the walls, but the Hetzer knows if he gets hit by a round, he is out the game just like that. So he's trying to avoid doing that, but of course he has to fire either a 105mm armor piercing round or an HE round. If it's the HE round, it'll blow up on the house and he won't get the kill. But if he's asking the Sav to help him. Okay. There he is. Go for it. Oh, he missed it. He might have been able to... he missed the ram kill because, of course, you couldn't ram when you got this little hit points left, but the Hetzer takes him down because he can turn now. But the Sav M43 is going to get the Hetzer. He's coming up behind him. That Hetzer's going to get fried. Come on, Sav, you can do it. Keep up. Oh, look, he's trying that corner. Now, this might actually play out to the Sav's to the Sav in the long run if he can get the shot on target. But the Hetzer's backing up, trying to use side scrape and use the fact that his gun is on the left-hand side of his vehicle as we're looking at it right now, so he can actually get the gun in position. But we know that there's a KV-1SA somewhere out there, and he's not in the cap, and he's probably hunting the Sav. So the Sav has to take that into account. He ought to disengage from this battle now, find a position where he can wait and see if the KV-1SA comes for him. We're watching this play out. Mr. P did so well to reset the cap as much as he did. Okay, he's now got into a position, but he has been spotted. And I suspect it might be the KV-1SA who spotted him. Okay, he's disengaged again, just in case it was the Hetzer. Change position. But where is that KV-1SA? Oh, he's been spotted again, and I'm sure it's the KV-1 this time. Yes, it is. There he is. And unfortunately, it's all over. Well, that was such an exciting battle. It really was going Mr. P's way. But sadly, in the end, I'm afraid that Hetzer got the better of him. He went out hunting for the Arty because he saw that the Arty was getting the resets, and he knew he had to deal with him, even with only 9 hit points left. So sadly, it was a loss. Maybe Mr. P could have charged at that house and shotgunned the Hetzer, but I think that's what the Hetzer wanted to do, actually. But nevertheless, you can see that Mr. P earned his first ace tanker in the Bishop in that game. It was well earned as well, because he did a great job, a superb job of resetting the cap. He got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly. He got an arsonist because he set light to that looks and it burned to death. He also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 19. He got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in that game. And of course, he earned a defender medal by resetting the cap enough times to get at least 70 defense points in the process. In fact, I think he got more than that. I think he probably got 3 times as much as that, because he reset it so many times, and sometimes he was resetting for 50 capture points at a time for each shell. So it was very well earned. And look at that win 8. 13,850, which shows he did a superb job. That was Super Unicum and a lot more. Unfortunately for him, I'm afraid he was outfoxed by that Hetzer, and that guy almost won it with 1 shot by pumping around into his side. But I'm afraid, yes, he couldn't get help in time from the Sav to finish off the Hetzer, and he got taken out, outmaneuvered by that guy. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, the highest damage in the game turned out to be Mr. P with 2,497 hit points. Second highest damage turned out to be the Hetzer with 2,030. And the third highest damage was the KV-1SA that killed the Sav in the end. He got 1,215 hit points of damage. When it came to kills, it was the Sav 43 alongside the Hetzer. Both had 5 kills apiece. 4 kills went to Mr. P, 3 kills went to the Stug 3 Ausrung on the enemy team. So, yes, he was up there at the top. And when it came to base XP, it was the Hetzer who came out on top with 984. 796 went to the KV-1SA. Actually, that's not the one that finished the game or won the game, actually. This was the one that won the game. That was one of the ones that Mr. P, I think, finished off in the cap area. If we can see down the list, yes, he did. He got that guy. He got their high scorer by shooting him in the cap. So very well done to Mr. P for getting one of their best players. And 655 went to the Semavente M41. But he only just, Mr. P was in 5th place on base XP. He had 584. He was just beaten by the Hetzer, the KV-1SA, the Semavente, and then the KV-1SA, who actually killed our Sav M43 at the end. And then we've got Mr. P. So let's have a look at detail. 31 shots fired, 14 direct hits on the enemy, 2 penetrations. Pretty sure that the penetrating shots were the Gorilla and the Lux, but we can tell that now. Yes, he definitely penetrated the Lux, the one that he got the fire on. And yes, he did penetrate the Gorilla with that 1 shot that went right on target. He managed to work out exactly where the guy was, planted the round in there, and killed him outright. He also got 18 splashes on the enemy, 2,497 hit points of damage, of which 2,315 were at more than 300 meters. He received 3 hits from the enemy, 2 of them penetrated, 1 of them was from the Hetzer for 370 hit points, and then the second shot again from the Hetzer, which finished him off at the end of the game. He also got 1 non-penetration and 1 hit by way of splash damage. The splash damage one was the Gorilla at the start of the game. he blocked damage of 350 hit points when the Hetzer fired at him, and it actually went into the hard armor, and that's why he avoided that kill there. He spotted 1 enemy vehicle, damaged 8 of the enemy, killed 4, and got 100 defense points. Well, probably about 300 defense points, but they only show 100 because that's the maximum that you can get. He earned 36,540 credits on a premium count, 18,270 from personal reserves, 4,536 for courageous resistance. That's for getting an epic or battle hero medal in a losing or drawn game. 59,346 credits altogether, and after repair, ammunition resupply, he took away 49,326 credits profit. He got 25 bonds for that battle, and he also picked up 876 XP, 496 for courageous resistance, 686 from personal reserves, and 2,058 experience points altogether. Yes, it was multiple last second resets. The thing was, he kept trying to find a different tank to fire at to get another reset, because the ones he wasn't hitting were the ones who were building up the cap points. And because there were so many enemy tanks in the cap, they decided to cap out in force. And all he could do was just keep pumping round after round at different tanks to try and reset them all. He would have potentially ended up with a Dell XPS medal if he'd actually killed 4 enemy tanks whilst they were capping, or that he hit them while they were capping. And I think it's Dell XPS for capping while or killing them whilst they're capping. So unfortunately, in this occasion, he didn't get that because he killed one of the enemy tanks, the gorilla, whilst he was outside the cap. So he didn't get it for him. If he'd actually killed 4 and each of those tanks had been in the cap, then he would have actually qualified for it. So if he killed the other KV-1SA, or he killed maybe even the Hetzer, I think, because he may have been in the cap at one time, whilst he fired at him. But if he killed 4 in the cap, then he would have qualified for the Dell XPS, which is a rare medal to get simply because it means that the enemy is capping in force and you're trying to stop them by killing all of them whilst they're in the cap. So very well done there by Mr. Peak. Sorry and commiserations that it's not a win, but you did do an excellent job in resetting the cap so many times. And just sad that this occasion you didn't get the win outright. This is not the only Bishop replay though we've got for you. We've got another one, and we'll go to that right away. This time the Bishop is on the south spawn of Tundra under the command of hossballs. Well, as you can see, hossballs has got 3 marks of excellence on the barrel of his howitzer. He loves the Bishop, plays it an awful lot, and he's got very, very good at getting shots on target. Let's see how he can do in this battle. He's ended up in a tier 5 battle with 2 or 4 tanks in it, and on the enemy team, they've got a Fifi, the 105 Lefh 18B2. So yes, he's up against some tough opposition, because that guy can hit Mr. hossballs at extended range. Now, unfortunately, his teammates have kind of bunched up there in that little corner, making it very difficult for hossballs to get shots on target. He's using the trees for cover, but nobody seems to have gone up the hill. And in fact, he's marking that spot and saying, why haven't people gone up the hill? Means that it's going to be very difficult for him to shoot at the enemy unless his teammates can spot them for him. Well, the first tank he does spot is a VK3001H. He fires into the gap, and he does actually fire over the top of an Electro on his own team, trying to protect the cap area. He gets a direct hit and scores over 100 hit points in damage. Oh, we just lost our Panzer III Ausführung J, taken out by the enemy Fifi. Okay, he's trying to stop that VK3001H from getting into the cap area. I think we saw where the enemy Arty might be located. It's somewhere in grid square B5 or B6. And that's a direct hit on a T1 Heavy up on the hill. Now, hossballs does have some protection in the form of those railway carriages. And a nice direct hit on the VK3001H again. The guy's down to 114, which means he is a one-shot. And looks like he's tracked. That's a kill. Okay, so he got a kill. His first kill of the game. Next one he's going for is a DSPZ up on top of the hill. That's the Polish tank. Hits the T1 heavy. Gets 186 from that. That was a good shot. Of course, this Arty will do 450 alpha if it penetrates. Rounds out the T1 again. Gets another direct hit as he was backing up. See if he can get another shot on target. He's on target. You notice that he's got this habit of pulling back after he shoots. And it looks like the DSPZ is trying to push the Sav M43 out into the field of fire. And the Sav's just taken a hit from hossballs. That Sav's not going to be happy with that DSPZ driver. He's going to be very, very unhappy indeed. Rounds out. Another hit. 136 this time, and the guy's a one-shot now. If hossballs can get a hit, you can see the enemy's trying to hide in that corner. He fires one in. Didn't get anything from there, but there's a Hetzer up there now. Let's see if he can get some revenge on this guy. Dialed in, rounds out. Direct hit. Oh, the guy got killed. The M10 got him. Now we're going for the DSPZ, who's sitting on that corner, but he's unspotted at the moment. Oh, but he got him with one shot. He got him with one shot. The Sav will be happy about that. The Sav on the enemy team. He's trying to get the M10 now. And he kills him with one shot as well. 3 kills now for hossballs. And I don't think the enemy knows where he is. I don't think they can see him. But this guy might. He's the KV-1SA. He is spotted. Fires a round in. Hits the KV-1SA. The enemy Fifi's probably going to try and hit him now. The Stug's trying to hit him. Did get a hit there for 131. That's a 75mm round. Oh, and he's now been hit in the tracks by the Hetzer on the hill. Or is it a Hetzer somewhere else? He can't get a shot on the Stug at the moment because he's hiding. He's the biggest threat, really, more than the enemy Arty, because I don't think the enemy Fifi can hit him. But the KV-1SA takes a round there for 164. He's tracked. He's stuck. And the next round will do some serious damage. It does, 108. I'd stay with the KV-1SA for the moment. Finish him off. Just lining him up. You can do it. Yes, he gets another one, but it's only leaves him with 4 hit points left. He's potentially got 20% of the enemy hit pool, so he might have a high caliber. He can't see the KV-1SA, and the Stug has gone round the corner. The enemy Arty can't hit him. The T6 comes up behind the KV-1SA. Can he get the kill shot? He's trying to line up the shot on the... Oh, no, he's gone. In fact, it was the T6 that took him out. And now they're 2 up on the enemy. So they've turned what would have been a losing game into a winning game. But there's a Hetzer up there somewhere that hossballs can't see. That was the guy who hit him. In fact, he blocked a shot from a heat round, would you believe it, from the Hetzer. There's the Sav M43. He's just on the corner. He's gone. The M10 finishes him off. That M10's very good. There's the T6 medium. Fires snap. Doesn't work. The T6 pulls back. No, he wants to sit on that corner. Okay, can we go again? Rounds out. Direct hit. 188. Keep pumping those rounds in. I think the guy might be tracked. Can you get another round in? Tries it. No, the guy pulls back in time. He must have used his repair kit. Okay, can we get another shot on? Rounds out. Oh, he got him. He killed the T6, and there's the Hetzer being wiped out by our M8A1. And that means now the only enemy left is the enemy Fifi. The enemy Arty. He's somewhere in the back, probably in grid square B5 or B6. He probably is backing up now to get into A5 or A6 to get away from our guys. but he's the last enemy alive. hossballs is trying to get as close as he can, because of course the enemy Fifi might be out of range at the moment, but the closer he gets, the more chance he's got of hitting the guy. He's going to have to try and cross the bridge. He probably could fire from here, but it's going to be a long-range shot. He needs his teammates to spot that enemy Fifi so they can get the bonus for getting all the kills in the game. The M8A1's going looking for him. Okay, hossballs is going to the aim. There he is! Go for it. Yes! A lovely hit for 139. Come on, don't cap out. We can do this. One more shot, all it takes, and the M8A1 takes the kill shot and wins the game. The Bishop can be a really exciting Arty to play with if you really like fast action. It can also be very dangerous, but hossballs had a great game there. He earned another ace tanker. He's had them before, loads of them. But he got another ace tanker in this game. He got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly like Mr. P. He also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 18. And just like Mr. P, he picked up a high caliber as well for getting the highest damage in the game. His win rate wasn't quite as high as Mr. P, but it was close. 11,351, if you recall. Mr. P had 13,850, and of course Mr. P got that defender as well. But what a battle for hossballs. He had to stay behind that rock to get close enough to the enemy. None of his team went up the hill, which made it very difficult for him to get shots on them. But yes, it all prevailed in the end, and it was a great scrap, as he said. Let's have a look at team score and see where he was. Highest damage, 2,993 hit points. The second highest damage was the enemy Fifi with 1,664, followed by the M10 RBFM. I did say during the battle that guy was getting good shots. 1,424 went to him. When it came to kills, hossballs got the highest with 4 kills, but he shared it with the M8A1 when that guy took out the enemy Fifi right at the end of the game. 3 kills went to the M10 RBFM on his own team and to the enemy Fifi on the enemy team. When it came to base XP, Mr. hossballs has got that one, so he's got the top in all 3 columns. 938 went to hossballs, 779 went to the M10 RBFM, and 616 goes to the T28. He fired 26 rounds of ammunition in that game. Remember, you only get 39 rounds of ammo in this vehicle, so he still had 13 rounds spare at the end of the game, which is good ammo conservation. And it means that he was firing shots which he knew could do some damage or had the possibility. And even with that quirky way that he pulls back after he fires, you could see the shots were going in on the target and getting hits. 21 direct hits on the enemy. No penetrations, but he did get 21 splashes. Damage of 2,993 hit points, of which 1,581 were at more than 300 meters. The close shots were on the KV-1SA and, of course, that Stug, who were getting closer and closer to trying to take him out. 2 hits received. One was a penetration, one was a non-penetration. The penetrating shot was from the Stug. The non-penetrating shot was from a Hetzer, who actually fired a heat round, which didn't hit at the right angle. I think it may have actually hit the tracks instead, but it didn't penetrate hossballs, and therefore he stayed alive. 9 enemy vehicles were damaged, 4 were killed. He also earned 44,489 credits on a premium count for the game. And after repair, ammunition, resupply, and consumables, he took away 17,390 credits profit, 1,407 XP, and there was no multipliers, so that's all the experience points he took away. But 2 really great games in the Bishop. You can have so much fun in this Arty. If it's a starter Arty, it's for your first Arty in the game. It takes to get a bit of getting used to the fact that you have to get so close to the enemy, you're almost in sight of them. But it can lay down a lot of punishment on the enemy. And if you buy one of these or get one of these, and then you get the Fifi afterwards, the Leffy, the leaf blower, then you understand what it's all about. Fast firing Arty can be a lot of fun and can win battles for their team. So I hope you enjoyed both of these replays. Sad that Mr. P got a defeat, but great for Mr. Hossballs that he got the win. I hope you enjoyed them both. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.